up, you guys? It's Moesoda here, and welcome back to my channel. Last anime season, I reacted to a couple episodes of Goblin Slayer. I liked it, you guys liked it, and we are here. I want to keep up the tradition, so I'm gonna pick one series each season and make a weekly video reacting to each episode. This season I chose The Promised Neverland, which is adapted from a manga of the same name. And obviously, because we are going to be talking about each episode and what happens in each episode, there will be spoilers. So if you haven't seen that episode, or you aren't planning to watch The Promised Neverland until later, then you should probably click off this video right now. The first episode aired on Crunchyroll last week. I just got a chance to watch it, and I am sorry that I waited. It was such a good first episode, okay, you guys? We're gonna talk about it, but it was so good. As of the recording of this video, episode 1 has aired. Episode 2 is probably already aired. I'm not sure if I'm gonna get a chance to make a separate episode 2 video, or if I'm just gonna catch up at episode 3, but I will let you guys know. You can follow me on Instagram and Twitter. That's usually where I post those kinds of things. They will also be linked in the description down below. Go follow me, go follow me, go follow me. So there may be an episode 2 video, there may not be. I might just group it in with episode 3 and come back to you all in 2 weeks. In the first episode, we are introduced to a few of the children that reside at an orphanage, but more specifically, Emma, Norman, Ray, and Connie. Those are the 3 kind of main characters that you get to know in the first episode. For the most part, the children of the orphanage look like they are thriving. They look like they are living their best life in this orphanage. They have nice clothes. They each have their own bed. Everybody seems very friendly and happy and like they've been there for a while. They are served food, and it looks like they also take classes, or they are educated at this orphanage. Basically, it looks like your stand-up orphanage. There's nothing funny going on around here. You know, everyone's happy and healthy and thriving for being orphans, if you know what I mean. Like, it's not great, but it's the best it could be. One of the biggest rules of the orphanage is that you cannot go near the fence that surrounds the orphanage, and you cannot go near the gate. Those are the 2 biggest rules of the orphanage, as long as you are, you know, living it up at the orphanage. Don't go near the fence and don't go near the gate. After this, Connie's date has arrived and she is leaving the orphanage. You get kind of a hint of this throughout the first part of the episode, but there's a calendar and it says Connie on it, and then it has a bunch of X's and a circle around the date, and we are to assume that is when Connie is leaving. I caught it when I was watching it, but I didn't catch it until it was actually like Connie was actually leaving the orphanage, and then I was like, oh wait, that was Connie's date, huh? That's kind of sad now, because like I'm attached to Connie. She's pretty cute, you know, and she's a little baby. She's pretty cute, and she carries around her stuffed animal all the time. So like, obviously, like I'm already attached to this character. So it's kind of sad that they are leaving the orphanage, especially after everyone just expressed all of their love for each other. And Emma said how much she would just wants to stay here forever and hang out with everybody forever and ever and ever. So kind of sad it's kind of sad that Connie is leaving. Connie does voice how much she just wants to stay with everybody and that she doesn't want to go, and then Mama reassures her that everyone has to go at some point. That's the point of an orphanage. You get adopted out. I would assume. Everyone would assume that you would get adopted out. Just you wait. Emma notices that Connie leaves her stuffed animal on one of the tables in the kitchen, which is kind of weird because for the entire episode, the stuffed animal has been by Connie's side no matter what, even when they're running around playing tag. So it's weird that she would have left her stuffed animal. Emma and Norman rush to the gate to try and catch Connie and Mama before Connie leaves so that they could give Connie her stuffed animal, because Emma knows how much it means to Connie, and Norman's probably just along for the ride. They've made a pact. They're gonna go through with it no matter what. They'll be in trouble together. It's gonna be fine. At least they'll have each other in timeout or detention or whatever you call it in an orphanage. Grounding? I'm not sure. Anyway, then shit hits the fan. Yes, it hits the fan real hard and it splatters everywhere. I was not expecting this. I mean, like, I was kind of expecting it because the suspense builds up when they're walking around the gated area, and you kind of are like kind of weirded out by what's in the truck, because Emma is so taken aback. At this point, my mind is racing. I have no idea what's in the truck. I'm kind of thinking that there was more than one person in the truck. I feel like maybe we would have seen a bunch of kids in the truck. I was like freaking out. I was like, oh my gosh, is everyone gone? Did everyone before Connie die in this truck too and they're rotting? I don't know. My mind was racing at this point, especially when Norman freaked out even a little bit more than Emma did. And it is kind of crazy that Mama is in on this. I did not expect that because up until this point in the episode, it looks like Mama really like cares for these children. It feels like that she's very loving, and then she treats them kind of like their own, like they are her children, you know what I mean, even though they aren't. It really seems like she cares about everybody's well-being, so it's crazy that she would do this to these children, especially after spending so much time with them, you know, day in and day out, taking care of them and stuff like that. Sounds kind of crying, you crazy lady. So Emma and Norman then hide underneath of the truck to hide from these aliens or creatures, I guess you would call them. They look like aliens, they could be creatures, I don't know what they're called yet in this universe. But the crazy people that have killed Connie, they're hiding from them so that they don't get found out, so they can return to the orphanage. They were saved by Connie's stuffed animal. Yes, Connie's stuffed animal saved them. However, Mama found the stuffed animal. Because of that, they left the stuffed animal underneath the truck and ran away so that they could escape. But one of the aliens or whatever found it underneath of the truck, and Mama kind of gave like this like smirk, like she knew that it wasn't there before, but also kind of that she knew who it might have been, because Emma is usually the one caring for Connie. So I'm not sure if Mama realized who was under the truck, or if she just doesn't realize it at all. She just thinks like someone from the orphanage is there. Not sure about that. I caught that glance though. I caught that little sneaky glance. She's thinking about who was underneath of that truck. And Emma and Norman then retreat to the orphanage to figure the f out what they're supposed to do after that. Oh my gosh. Legit, I have no idea what they should do. This is so crazy. Can you just even imagine you're at an orphanage and you think that your life up until that point was randy dandy, and then all of a sudden, like, you find out the most devastating news that you've ever found out in your entire little childhood life? Are you kidding me? I could not handle that. I would be freaking out like Emma. Personally, I would be running away. But that's just me. I would not stay in that orphanage one more second. One, because I'm not sure if Mama found the stuffed animal, and if she did, she probably knows that it's me if I am Emma, because I was the one caring for Connie, so I would be out of there. But I do understand where Emma is coming from, because this is her family. She doesn't know anyone else in her life besides these children at the orphanage that she has grown up with, that she helps take care of, and her world is turned upside down. Like, she thinks that Mama is caring for them, and, you know, when people leave, they go off to their magical forever home, but that's actually not what's happening at all. So I probably would have, I understand where Emma's coming from. She wants to take her family with her if she leaves, because, excuse me, this is my family. These are all the people that I know, and if I don't take them, then I'm never going to see them again, and that's kind of sad. So I get where Emma's coming from. Personally, though, I would be out that door. Like, I'm done. Let's go. Out. Not dealing with this anymore. I would much rather deal with whatever is on the outside of the fence than deal with Mama and those crazy creatures that we saw at the trucks. Heck no, I'm out. Emma mentioned that she wanted to take everybody with her, and her and Norman are probably going to try and figure out a plan to take everybody with them. However, I wouldn't take anyone with me, to be honest. That kind of like scares me even more than the alien creatures, that I would then have to be responsible for all of these lives. And if they died, I feel like I would feel just like insanely guilty, because then it would be my fault that they died because they came with me, because I'm escaping. Even though they might have gotten taken by the aliens, like just the fact that it would be on my conscience, I probably would just leave. I probably would run away. I don't know. That's such a crazy situation. This was an awesome first episode. I am so glad that I watched it and I checked it out. I was gonna skip it, but I didn't. I liked it enough to make an entire video on it and to choose to do a video on it every week. So you know it's gotta be good, okay? You gotta check it out. There was just enough introduction mixed with suspense so that I could get to know the characters and the setting. Not enough information for me to know what's actually going on, which makes you like want to question what's going on. Like, why is there a fence? Why do they need to be held captive? You know what I mean? Like, those are kinds of questions that like I'm asking myself while I'm watching, which I think is super helpful for your audience, because then they can engage and empathize with the characters. I guess I also forgot that the genre was horror before I started watching, so maybe that's why I was so taken aback, but like literally that suspense built up really nicely. That's something that I look for in horror movies, and they did it perfectly in this anime. I like it, I like it, I like it. The only thing that I could criticize about the first episode is when they are in the gated tunnel area. The animation was really like choppy and wonky, and I feel like they were trying to make it seem like the place was a lot bigger than it actually was by rotating everything and making it look like almost three-dimensional, but like they just like didn't quite get it. You know what I mean? It looked a little choppy, and I get what they were trying to do, but it just didn't, they just didn't execute it well enough, if you know what I mean. Let me know if you thought the same thing. I was just like, why is it so choppy right now? It doesn't make sense, because everything up until this point has been fluid. I don't get it. But I do get what they were trying to do. They were trying to make it feel a lot bigger than it actually is, so you get this sense of like suspense and like, you know, like that kind of feeling. You know what I mean? The character designs I am getting used to. I am used to the giant eyeballed anime characters of the 2000s. So the fact that these characters have either like proportionately or like slightly smaller eyes than I'm used to is throwing me off a little bit, but I'm gonna get used to it. I hope. But I am ready for this next episode. Oh my gosh, I am glad that I waited, because now I can watch it in like 2 days instead of like having to wait a whole week. But I'm very excited to see what is going to happen next. Is Mama gonna go on a witch hunt to find out who it was? Does she already know who was under the truck? I need to know this. This is a question I need to know. Will Norman and Emma even tell Ray what happened? Because in the episode they just went straight to their rooms and they didn't tell Ray anything. So are they going to include Ray on what's happening? And are they all gonna come up with a plan together? Are they just gonna keep it a secret and hope that everything goes away? I don't know. We're gonna discuss all of that in the next video. Let me know what you guys thought of episode 1 of The Promised Neverland down in the comments below. And all of you manga readers, no spoilers. So I haven't read the manga for this. I'm sure I could find out exactly what happened in the manga, but I'm not going to read it. I'm going to watch the anime. So no spoilers down in the comments. I want to go into this blind like I do with every manga adaptation, and I want it to stay that way. If you want to follow along on our journey of watching The Promised Neverland, don't forget to subscribe, join the Moe squad, hit that bell notification so you get notified when I post a new video each week. Thank you all so much for watching. I will catch you next week for the next episode of The Promised Neverland. Bye!